Hello friends.
In previous lecture, we have seen the general form of linear programming problem. Today, we are going to see the standard form of linear programming problem. Standard form means the equation form of LPP. So, what are the characteristics of standard form? The first characteristic is all the constraints except the non-negativity constraint must be equations with non-negative right hand side. And the second characteristic is all the variables must be non-negative. So there are two characteristics of standard form of linear programming problem. The first condition is that the constraints should be equations. So inequality have to convert to equalities with non-negative right hand side. Right hand side should be non-negative. So if it is negative, you have to convert it so that it becomes non-negative. And the second, all the variables must be non-negative greater than or equal to 0. So that LPP which satisfies these two conditions will be in standard form. So to convert the LPP in standard form, we require some steps. So consider conversion of LPP to standard form. There are three steps you have to check when you are converting the LPP to standard form. The first thing is that if the constraints are inequalities, you have to convert them to equalities. So first case, if constraints are inequalities, to convert them to equalities, so some additional variables are required. So define them first. The first variable is known as slack variable. What is meant by slack variable? A non-negative variable which is to be added in the left hand side of less than or equal to inequality to convert it to equality is called slack variable. So, when the constraint is less than or equal to, then in that case, suppose we have a constraint which is less than or equal to, on LHS, we have what is the usage of the resource, and on RHS it will give what is the maximum availability of resource. Hence, if you take the difference between RHS and LHS, it always gives us the unused amount of resource. And this unused amount of resource, it is also known as slack. And therefore, if the constraint is less than or equal to, we will add a non-negative variable to make it equality. For example, consider 2x plus 3y less than or equal to 5. This is inequality less than or equal to. If you want to convert it to equality, what we have to do? We have to add some non-negative variable. So I will write down this as 2x plus 3y plus s1 equal to 5, where s1 is greater than or equal to 0. So what we do? We add a non-negative variable in the LHS of less than or equal to constraint to convert it to equality. So this S1 is nothing but slack variable. The second variable, it is known as surplus variable. What is meant by surplus variable? A non-negative variable which is to be subtracted from left hand side of greater than or equal to inequality to convert it to equality is known as surplus variable. So what is this surplus variable actually? It is nothing but the amount by which the left hand side exceeds the minimum limit on requirement. So for example, if I have the constraint 2x plus 3y greater than or equal to 5. Now this is greater than or equal to inequality. If I want to convert it to equality, I have to subtract. So I will write down this as equality by subtracting a variable. I will subtract say s1 and it will become equal to 5. This variable should be greater than or equal to 0. So when I subtract the non-negative variable from left hand side of greater than or equal to constraint to make it equality, I say that this S1 is now surplus variable. So this is first step of conversion. That is, if the constraints are inequalities, if it is less than or equal to, add slack variable in LHS to make it equality, or if it is greater than or equal to, subtract the surplus from LHS to make it equality. So that is your first step. The second step, if the RHS of constraint is not non-negative, we want it to be non-negative. So if it is non-negative, then first case, either convert the given inequality to equality and then multiply both sides of that equality by -1, or firstly multiply the inequality by -1 and then convert it to equality. So see our second condition of standard form. In the first condition what we do, whenever there is inequality we convert it to equality. The second condition required for standard form is the RHS of any inequality should be non-negative. If it is non-negative then it is okay, otherwise you have to convert it. So for example, consider, suppose it is given like 2x plus 3y less than or equal to -4. Now see, the RHS is -4. So it is negative. We don't require this. So the first thing you have to convert it to non-negative quantity. So -4 is not allowed and therefore convert it to non-negative. There are two ways of converting these RHS to be non-negative. The first way is that convert the given inequality to equality. So I will convert this to equality. To convert it to equality, because it is less than or equal to, I have to add some slack variable. So I will add slack variable 2x plus 3y plus s1 equal to -4. Adding slack variable, it becomes equality. That is first. And then multiply both sides by -1. So it becomes -2x minus 3y minus s1 equal to 4. So that RHS become non-negative. This is one way. Or second way. In second way, firstly multiply the inequality by -1. So I firstly multiply this inequality by -1. We get -2x minus 3y. Because you are multiplying by minus, inequality changes. It becomes greater than or equal to. Multiply by -1 becomes 4. So firstly multiply by -1 and then convert to equality. Because it is greater than or equal to, I have to subtract surplus. So I have -2x minus 3y minus s1 is equal to 4. So what I have done, I have subtracted. See, both way we get the same answer. -2x minus 3y minus s1 is equal to 4. So this is second criteria. That is, RHS should be non-negative. If it is not non-negative, then convert it to non-negative either using A or B part. The third condition of the standard form is all the variables should be non-negative. So what is your third step? If all the variables are not negative. For example, say I will say variable x, suppose, is unrestricted in sign. It is not given to be non-negative. Then write x as difference of two non-negative variables. So if it is given that x is unrestricted, any variable, I am taking the example of x. If x is unrestricted, we will write down x as x plus minus x minus, where both x plus and x minus are greater than or equal to 0. So we are expressing x as the difference of two non-negative variables, x plus and x minus. So how to convert any LPP to standard form? We require these three steps. The first step, convert the inequalities to equality by either adding in less than or equal to or subtracting from greater than or equal to constraint. The second thing, the RHS should be non-negative. If it is not non-negative, then either multiply the equation by -1 and then convert to equality, or firstly convert to equality and then multiply by -1. We get RHS to be non-negative. And the third thing, all the variables should be non-negative. If it is not, that is, if any one of the variable is unrestricted in sign, then in such case we write down that variable x as difference of two non-negative variables. Now consider the examples. Consider this LPP. Suppose we want to write down this LPP in standard form. What you have to see first, see how many variables are there in this. There are two variables, x and y. So check firstly whether all are given to be non-negative. That is your first. So there are two variables, x and y, and both are given to be non-negative. So no problem. The second thing you have to check whether RHS of this constraint is non-negative. Both the RHS are non-negative. So that is also satisfied. So only remains to convert this inequality to equality, and to convert less than we add slash, for greater than we subtract surplus. So what is that? Standard form of LPP becomes maximize z is equal to 3x plus 2y subject to the first constraint. Because it is less than or equal to, what we do? We add slack variable to make it equality. And because this is greater than, we use another variable, subtract it to make it equality. And these two variables with given variables all must be non-negative. So all the variables are non-negative. So we are adding here slack, subtracting surplus, and all the variables should be non-negative. Because we are adding these variable S1 and S2 and they will not yield any profit, we will add them in objective function with zero coefficients. As this variable yields no profit, we are adding those variables in objective function with zero coefficient. So this is total standard form of the LPP. We are adding those variables with zero coefficient as they do not yield any profit. For less than, add slack. For greater than, subtract surplus, and all variables should be non-negative. So this is first example. Consider the second example. You have to write the LPP in standard form. Maximize z is equal to 3x plus 2y plus 5, or I will say x1, x2 because there are three variables. So instead of z, I will write down 5x3, 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5x3 subject to 2x1 minus 3x2 less than or equal to 3, then x1 plus 2x2 plus 3x3 less than or equal to 3, and 3x1 plus 2x2 less than or equal to 5, x1, x2 greater than or equal to 0. We want to write down this LPP in standard form. What you have to do first? Always check whether all variables are given to be non-negative. Now how many variables are here? There are 3 variables, x1, x2 and x3. But only it is given that x1 and x2 are greater than or equal to 0. This means that x3 is unrestricted in sign because it is not given to be greater than or equal to 0. So here x3 is unrestricted in sign, and whenever it is unrestricted in sign, it is not given to be greater than or equal to 0, means that it is unrestricted in sign. And if it is unrestricted in sign, always write down that variable as difference of two non-negative variables where both x3 plus and x3 minus are non-negative, that is greater than or equal to 0. So because we are having 3 variables and one variable is not given to be non-negative, we say that it is unrestricted in sign. We express it as difference between two non-negative variables. So first step completed. What is your second step? All the variables should be on RHS. All the constants should be non-negative. All are non-negative. So no problem for. And the third step is you have to write down this in equality. All the constraints should be equality. So see, firstly we write down this x3 variable. So what you have to do once you write down this, what is our problem become? The problem become maximize z is equal to 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5 into bracket. This x3 becomes x3 plus minus x3 minus subject to 2x1 minus 3x2 less than or equal to 3. Then x1 plus 2x2 plus 3. x3 becomes x3 plus minus x3 minus less than or is equal to 3. 3x1 plus 2x2 less than or equal to 5, and x1, x2, x3 plus x3 minus all greater than or equal to 0. So what is our aim? We write down these non-restricted variables so that now all the variables are non-negative, and once you get all the variables are non-negative, as usual we make this constant to be equality. Because all are less than, we add slack. So the problem become maximize z is equal to 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5 into bracket x3 plus minus x3 minus subject to constraints 2x1 minus 3x2, add first slack variable s1 equal to 3. Second constraint x1 plus 2x2 plus 3 into bracket x3 plus minus x3 minus plus second slack variable s2 equal to 3, and the third constraint 3x1 plus 2x2 plus s3 equal to 5. All the variables x1, x2, x3 plus x3 minus all greater than or equal to 0. So this becomes standard form because we say that these variables s1, s2, s3, we have taken 3 conditions s1, s2, s3 greater than or equal to 0. Because these 3 variables s1, s2, s3 do not yield any profit, we write down this in with 0 coefficient. So this becomes plus 0 s1 plus 0 s2 plus 0 s3. So the last standard form is this one. Maximize z is 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5 into bracket x3 plus minus x3 minus plus 0 s1 plus 0 s2 plus 0 s3. See, all are equalities and all the variables are non-negative. So this is our final answer, that is standard form of given LPP. Now consider one more example to get the idea clear. Write down the following LPP. in standard form. Minimize z is equal to x1 minus 2x2 plus x3 subject to x1 plus 3x2 plus 4x3 greater than or equal to minus 4, 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 5x3 greater than or equal to 7, x1, x2 greater than or equal to 0, x3 is unrestricted. So see, to convert it to standard form, what you have to check first? All variables should be greater than or equal to 0. But here only x1 and x2 are greater than or equal to 0. x3 is given to be unrestricted. So what you have to do first? Write down x3 as difference of two non-negative variables. So since x3 is unrestricted in sign, express x3 as difference of two non-negative variables where both x3 plus and x3 minus is greater than or equal to 0. That is our first step. So we write down the whole in a whole example, we write down x3 in this form, and therefore our example becomes minimize z is equal to x1 minus 2x2 plus x3 plus minus x3 minus subject to the constraints 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 4 into bracket x3 plus minus x3 minus greater than or equal to minus 4, 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 5x3 plus minus x3 minus greater than or equal to 7, x1, x2, x3 plus x3 minus all greater than or equal to 0. So we first write down all the variables non-negative. That is our first condition. Second condition, RHS should be non-negative. But now here RHS is negative, so it is not allowed. So there are two ways to make it non-negative. Either multiply by minus 1 and then convert to equality, or firstly convert to equality and then multiply by minus 1. Any one way you are able to do. So see this constraint only. I will only consider this constraint and make it equality with having minus 4 to be non-negative. So if you have convert RHS of first constraint to non-negative number. So what we do? I multiply the equation by, multiply the inequality by minus 1. We get minus 2x1 minus 3x2 minus 4 into bracket x3 plus minus x3 minus, because we multiply by minus, greater than or equal to changes to less than or equal to, and multiplying by minus becomes plus 4. And now because it is less than or equal to convert it, we will write down this total example. We get minimize z is equal to x1 minus 2x2 plus x3 plus minus x3 minus subject to the constraint 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 4 into bracket x3 minus 2x1 minus 3x2 minus 4 into bracket x3 plus minus x3 minus less than or equal to 4, then 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 5 into bracket x3 plus minus x3 minus less than or equal, greater than or equal to 7, and the third one x1, x2, x3 plus x3 minus greater than or equal to 0. Now see, our second step is completed. We make all the RHS that is non-negative. Now third step, convert it to equality. So we want to convert the constraint inequality to equality. So what is our form? So convert constraint to so what we have, minimum z is equal to x1 minus 2x2 plus x3 plus minus x3 minus subject to the constraint. Because first inequality is less than or equal to, you have to add slack variable. So we get minus 2x1 minus 3x2 minus 4 into bracket x3 plus minus x3 minus plus some slack variable s1 equal to 4. Because second is greater than or equal to, you have to subtract surplus. So it becomes 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 5 into bracket x3 plus minus x3 minus s2 equal to 7, and all the variables which are used all should be non-negative. So x1, x2, x3 plus, x3 minus, s1, s2 all should be greater than or equal to 0. Because these s1, s2 do not affect the cost, we will add them here with 0 coefficient in the objective function, as they have taken extra. So we get write down 0 s1 plus 0 s2 in the objective function because they are not contributing in the cost, and therefore the total standard form of the LPP comes to be this one, where all the variables are non-negative, all the constraints are equalities, and RHS should be non-negative. All the conditions are satisfied. So this is standard form of LPP. So today we have seen how to convert any general LPP to standard form. In the next lecture, we will see how to find the algebraic solution of LPP. Thank you.